Hello everyone and welcome to Battle of the Beasts All Generation episode number 8. Today I've got a rather funny matchup here because this matchup has already happened. Not in the Old Generation tournament though, but in the book that one of them is in. Because one of the beasts that is going against this other one has actually appeared in the second book and has actually fought against this beast. So, whilst it's interesting to see these beasts are fighting again, I think the matchup might be a bit different. But I can't play bias because I like one but not the other. But we'll worry about that bridge when we get to it. But with that being said, let's see who these beasts are. You already know by the title, but I'm going to say them anyway. Representing Series 1, where it all began. Book number 3, Arcta, the Mountain Giant. And his opponent, representing Series 2, the Golden Armor. Also, book number 3, Soltra, the Stone Charmer. Both of these beasts have fought each other before in Soltra's book. However, in that book, Arcta came out on top. But the thing is though, the result may not be the same. It could be different. So, with this, the battlefield will be just a plain area. A bit rocky, yeah, but relatively flat, just with a few rocks here and there. And with that, let's get to the stats.
Arcta, the Mountain Giant. Arcta is the last Cyclops of the Northern Mountains. These beasts once dwelled at the top of the highest peaks and protected the other mountain creatures. Like all Cyclopses, Arcta has only one eye. He is as tall as the pine forests that grow across the mountain slopes, with claws that can tear into chunks of rock. Now, onto the stats. Enhanced Strength. Furry thick hide can survive attacks from Furno and Epos, as well as Torno's wind and claws. Sharp claws that can tear rocks. Let's see how he does in the tournament.
Soltra, the Stone Charmer. Soltra stalks the mighty marshes near Tom's village of Erenel. Her face glows milk white like the full moon. Soltra appears beautiful and draws you nearer with her charms. But be careful, if you stare into her one eye for too long, your body will turn to stone. So, onto her abilities. Stone encasing gaze, encases the foes into stone. A hypnotic voice, a thick hide that can survive Arcta's smacks. Barbed whip, stealthy, mist generation, lures around her and slowly spreads. And of course, that double-jointed body make her one deadly opponent in the tournament.
3, 2, 1! Battle!
Let's get this very mythical battle underway. As the chamber doors open, Arcta makes his way out of the chamber and just stands upon the rocky plains and sees nothing but another door open. But instead of seeing a beast come out, he sees a strong fog making its way out, spreads out to the entirety of the arena, and just sees a silhouette of Soltra making her way out, looking all harmless and beautiful. But that's a deceit, and Arcta knows it. Like in the book though, Arcta used his mighty voice and fans away the fog, clearing it, and sees Soltra at the end of it. Being careful not to make eye contact. Arcta makes his way towards Soltra and gets ready to just punch her or plummet her into the ground. Every step he takes causes Soltra to make a little shake a little. Soltra pulls out her thorny-like whip and whips it towards Arcta, wrapping around one of his ankles, and Soltra pulls on it, and Arcta loses his footing and plummets down to the ground, causing the whole ground to shake. The audience is shaking in their seats, just seeing what is happening is already amusing to them. They crave blood. Why am I talking like this? I'll never know. This is going to kill my voice after this video, I'll tell you that. Arcta gets himself back up, but when he goes back to see where Soltra was standing, she's nowhere to be seen. Only a mist of fog. Arcta figures that she's probably hiding in the fog and charges up towards that fog and punches right through it, but all he feels is the stony wall in front of him. So he realises that Soltra must have moved aside. He turns round, looking everywhere he can, but sees nothing but fog, just already appearing. He gets rid of the fog again, but it seems to be thicker this time. Every time he gets rid of it, he can see a glimpse of Soltra, but then more fog comes in. He realises Soltra's using this as a kind of cloak of sorts to hide herself, like a little evasion booster. And Soltra's using her whip to slash at Arcta, whilst his fur is protecting the main hits. He's still feeling ever little small amounts of pain. Arcta knows that if he looks into Soltra's eye, it's all over. Soltra knows this as well, but knows that she will win. So Soltra is doing everything he can to make sure Arcta keeps his eye open so he can see what he's doing. Soltra releases her whip again, and this time wraps it around both of Arcta's legs. Arcta is now stuck where he is because he can't seem to move without falling over. Soltra plants her whip into the ground, firmly in there, keeping a very straight line there. That way, if Arcta tries to move, he will fall over. Soltra uses her serene voice, makes her way towards Arcta. Arcta not being able to see her, but hearing her, he starts to feel at peace, let's say. However, he can hear that Soltra's making his way behind him. And what Soltra does is that he jumps on top of Arcta. She jumps on top of Arcta, and whilst using her serene voice, is climbing her way up towards Arcta. Arcta knows he's meant to fight her back, but can't. He doesn't want to ruin this serene voice, this singing that Soltra's producing. He instead allows her to climb over him, and Soltra then grabs Arcta by the head and just stares into his eye while Arcta stares into hers, still singing. Arcta feels at peace, and whilst he used his arms to grab onto Soltra, but not to throw her, but only to put her down, whilst they still remain eye contact. Then suddenly, the serene singing turns to maniacal laughter as Soltra's got what she wants. She then picks up her whip and walks off. Arcta, in complete shock, realizes that he can't do anything. The fog clears away and sees that Arcta is trapped in a stony prison where he would never escape. Soltra makes her way back to her chamber, satisfied with her victory, but also enveloped with her own voice. She knows her voice is a powerful weapon, and she used it to claim the victory. Soltra has won. Arcta has lost. If you think Arcta should have won, please leave in the comments below why you think that. But my word is final, and Soltra is moving on to the next round. Now, before you ask, the way in which Soltra killed Arcta is by trapping him in the stony prison. But, in all fairness though, with a stony prison, if there's no breathing holes, you're going to suffocate. That's how Arcta died. So, yeah, with that, whilst that is probably one of my favourite battles, because it's such a unique pace that I did with it. Instead of going all action-bound, it's just a serene voice making the giant feel at ease, and then trapped in the stony prison of hell. So, yeah, with that, that was probably one of my favourite battles so far that I've done this tournament. And it's only the beginning. There's more to come. But until then, that's all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe. Press the little notification bell down in the corner below. And I'll see you next time.